Can you tell us what we're looking at in DK11A?
Looks like we're looking at a bunch of jewelry as well as a stack of currency.
And I don't know if you know the answer to this, but do you know where this was found in Mr. Williams' home?
I don't recall off the top of my head where this jewelry was located.
But it was found in Mr. Williams' home, correct?
Correct.
Could you put DK11B, please? What are we looking at in DK11B?
I believe this same picture, just it shows more of the jewelry and watches.
DK11C, please, Mr. Kokomo.
More jewelry. It looks like there's some rings.
And DK11D, what are we looking at there?
There's a sunglass case, a ring case, more jewelry.
Okay. And would you agree that this property likely, just upon looking at it, has significant value?
Most likely, yes.
Okay. And would this be something, when you were doing an itemized evidence report, that you would list piece by piece?
What it do, real? Hey. They know what happened to Thug Richard Mille, man. They've been stealing this whole time. If you go look at this trial, from Detective Gaither to Detective Dennis to all of them quit because of what? They said the money. So they all had it out for Thug because Thug was still hanging on the block and they can run into him and they know he had that bag on him. You gotta remember, Dennis wanted to be Thug security. He wanted to be Thug security. Thug pulled out a bankroll on him and told him, hey, if you want to be my security, give your number to my sister. And he did. So it ain't unusual that they steal. It's normal. $400,000 watch. You know how long it take them if they legally just worked without stealing or taking dope dealers' money and all that shit. They won't see $400,000 for a long time. And this little black ass nigga running around here with a $400,000 watch on his arm. And now, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Thug was just doing shit like that was pissing him off. And we all know Fonnie Willis was getting her back blown out by Nut, allegedly. So for Thug to get her meat knocked off, allegedly, you gotta go down, son. Straight up. And I'm glad Weinstein pointed that out. Like, what happened to this? You know what I mean? Y'all didn't tag this.
There's a sunglass case, a ring case, more jewelry.
Okay. And would you agree that this property likely, just upon looking at it, has significant value?
Most likely, yes.
Okay. And would this be something, when you were doing an itemized evidence report, that you would list piece by piece into that report?
Piece by piece? It depends. With so much jewelry, that might be categorized all together with just jewelry.
If you just categorize it together as just jewelry, what are the procedures in place to make sure that all of this jewelry is properly tracked and doesn't walk off at some point?
Well, you would place it in an evidence bag, create a property tag for it, and secure the evidence and turn it into property.
Okay. Do you know if that was done in this case?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Y'all know what y'all was doing, man. Y'all been stealing. If Thug would have broke bread with y'all, this would have never came about. Thug was like the police. Straight up. All them police and detectives knew what was going on, man. Straight up, from Fonnie Willis to the money Thug was putting in the neighborhood, but not on drugs and none of that, but just helping niggas out. They didn't like that shit. They wanted parts of that. They wanted to be part of YSL. The DA office, I'm telling you, man, the way they acting, a lot of them want to be part of YSL, man. But it is what it is. I'm glad that they got caught. Straight up, man. But hey, subscribe to the channel, man. Leave your comments, man. I'm out.
So if there was any particular piece of jewelry that had significant value and it was amongst here, you would have put that in a property bag and it would still be in the possession of evidence. Is that correct?
Any property that was seized would be in a property bag and submitted to evidence.
And if it disappeared from the home and didn't appear in the property bag with evidence, where would that property be?
If it disappeared from the home
Yes.
and not in property,
Yes.
I couldn't say where the property would be.
Okay. Thank you. I have no further questions.
Anything, Mr. Short?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
Investigator, good afternoon. My name is Max Shard. I represent Shannon Stillwell, okay?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. May 9th, 2022 is the date of this execution of the search warrant, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. You started to say that you knew, you thought there were other people living there, and then you gave an opinion about Mr. Kendricks living there. Who, to your understanding, who was living at that residence, if you know?
I don't know who was living there, just the occupants that were there during the time that we served the search warrant, other than obviously Mr. Williams resided there.
Okay. Okay, so you don't know of any other individuals, you're just basing on who was there at the time?
I don't know who was living there on a permanent basis other than Mr. Williams.
Okay, fair enough. All right. How many guns were taken from Mr. Williams' residence on May 9th, 2022?
I believe it was 6 firearms that were located.
6 firearms, some ammunition, some magazines.
Correct.
Clips.
Yes.
All right. I want to ask you, out of the 6 firearms that were collected from this residence on May 9th, 2022, to your knowledge, did any of those firearms ballistically match any of the shell casings from January 10th, 2015 outside the barbershop on outside the barbershop in Mechanicsville?
I have not reviewed the ballistics reports on those firearms.
Okay, so you do not have any information of any of these firearms matching the January 10th, 2015 shooting of Donovan Towns?
I do not.
Okay. How about these 6 firearms that you collected on May 9th, 2022? Do you have any information that even suggests that these firearms, any of these firearms, match any shell casings or any ballistics from the March 14th, 2022 shooting of Chamel Drinks?
No, as I said, I have not reviewed the ballistics results from those firearms being test fired.
Okay.
That means I'm motherfucker. I put a quarter in my jukebox, nigga. And once you put that quarter in my jukebox, nigga, it ain't nothing you gonna fucking do to stop that motherfucking song.